Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, I come to you with a message that carries urgency and deep significance. August 3rd, 2025, a date that many will overlook. But for Allah's chosen ones, it marks the beginning of a powerful spiritual shift. This is not a date to ignore or take lightly. This is a moment where the unseen world begins to move in ways that will affect your heart, your soul, and your entire life journey. Imagine standing at a crossroads, where every path looks familiar, but one path is quietly changing beneath your feet. The winds of change are blowing, and whether you feel it or not, something unusual is starting. Allah has decreed it, and nothing can stop it. Will you be ready to walk through the doors He opens, or will regret settle in for those who looked away? If life were a countdown timer, consider this your final warning beep. You might be tempted to hit snooze or ignore it, but this is one alarm you don't want to miss. Why? Because it signals an awakening, a call to the chosen, the patient, the faithful, those who cling to their prayers even when the world feels silent. This isn't just a spiritual event, it's a personal invitation to prepare your heart, to shake off complacency, to wake up from spiritual sleep and tune into the frequency of divine mercy and change. You might feel like you've been waiting in a queue for years, watching others pass by with blessings, while you stand still. But trust me, this waiting is not in vain. Allah's timing is perfect, and on August the 3rd, a door will open for those who are ready. Now, I promise you that at the end of this video, I will make a special prayer. A prayer that I hope will unlock blessings for you, clear confusion, and strengthen your faith. But first, you need to understand the signs, the stakes, and the preparation required for what begins on that day. So stay with me, because ignoring this message could be a regret that weighs heavily on your soul. And for those who answer the call, great mercy and transformation await. Let me leave you with a little reminder to keep your heart light through this message. If life is sounding an alarm, don't hit snooze. Get up, pray, and get ready. The countdown has begun. When we speak of Allah's chosen ones, it's not about being perfect or free from struggle. These are people marked by sincerity, steadfastness, and a heart that clings to faith even when the skies are gray. They are those who, despite hardships and tests, never lose their connection to Allah and continue to seek His pleasure. Think of the chosen ones as rare gems hidden beneath layers of dust, often overlooked by the world, but shining brightest when faced with pressure. They may not always be loud or showy in their faith, but their quiet endurance and patience speak volumes. These individuals don't just survive difficulties, they grow through them. Patience is their strongest trait. If patience was an Olympic sport, these chosen ones would be champions, holding medals not just for waiting but for enduring with hope and grace. Their trust in Allah is unshaken by delays or setbacks, because they understand that every moment of waiting is a seed being planted for future blessings. Humility also defines them. They don't boast about their struggles or their faith, but carry their hearts with gentleness. Like the roots of a mighty tree, their humility keeps them grounded even when the storms rage around them. Another quality of the chosen ones is readiness, the willingness to change, to be reshaped by Allah's wisdom. They are alert to spiritual cues, sensitive to their inner nudges, and prepared to act when the moment arrives. This readiness comes not from anxiety, but from trust. Now, let me add a bit of lightness here. If patience were a personality trait on a resume, these chosen ones would have a glowing recommendation letter from the Creator Himself. They know that quick fixes rarely last, and true success is born from endurance. This message you're hearing now is meant for you if you recognize these qualities in yourself or aspire to cultivate them. Because the shift beginning on August 3rd is designed for those ready to receive it. The chosen who have kept their hearts open even when the road was hard. So if you feel the stirrings of faith and perseverance inside you, pay close attention. You are among those being prepared for something extraordinary. August 3rd, 2025. A date marked in the unseen, a moment when a profound spiritual shift begins for those Allah has chosen. But what exactly starts on this day? This is not an event with fireworks or headlines. It's a quiet, powerful awakening that will ripple through hearts and souls. Think of it like the dawn breaking after a long night. The sun's first rays don't announce themselves loudly, but they change everything. Darkness begins to recede, shadows fade, and a new day opens possibilities. This shift may manifest as an opening of doors that were previously closed. Perhaps opportunities, guidance, or clarity that once seemed impossible will suddenly become accessible. For others, it might mean a test of faith, a refining fire that purifies and prepares the soul for greater blessings ahead. It's important to understand that this change is not about coincidence or random chance. It is a divine decree, perfectly timed by Allah, designed to awaken the chosen ones from spiritual sleep, to move them into a new stage of faith and purpose. This awakening might feel like a series of small nudges at first. A change in your heart, a new insight, a shift in your relationships, or an unexplainable peace in the midst of chaos. These subtle signs are the gentle dawn before the full sunrise. Let me add a touch of humor to lighten this deep message. You know when your phone starts updating and you have to wait without touching anything? Well, August 3rd is like that divine update starting on your spiritual device. You can't skip it, and trust me, the new version is packed with features you didn't even know you needed. The key is to be ready. Just as you prepare for an important trip by packing what you need, you must prepare your heart and mind for what begins on this date. The next days and weeks will test your readiness, your faith, and your willingness to embrace change. Ignoring this spiritual shift is like ignoring the sunrise. You might miss the light that leads you out of darkness. But those who open their hearts will find themselves stepping into a new reality filled with mercy, clarity, and divine favor. So as August the 3rd approaches, watch closely. Not for loud signs, but for the quiet changes within. The unexpected is starting, and it's loaded with promise. When something as significant as a spiritual shift begins, especially one ordained by Allah for His chosen ones, it rarely arrives like a sudden earthquake, shaking the ground beneath your feet. Instead, it often starts with subtle signs, like a gentle breeze before a storm, or the first light of dawn touching the horizon. The ability to recognize these signs can prepare your heart, awaken your faith, and keep you grounded amid the unfolding transformation. One of the first signs you might notice is a profound inner peace, even when external circumstances are turbulent. It's a calmness that defies logic, a deep-rooted reassurance that Allah is in control despite everything that seems uncertain. This peace is not the absence of hardship, but the presence of unwavering trust. It feels like an oasis in the middle of a desert, unexpected, refreshing, and life-giving. Alongside this peace, you may experience a clarity of mind and heart. Thoughts that were once clouded with confusion or doubt start to clear. You begin to see your path with new perspective, recognizing what truly matters and what is no longer serving you. This clarity is like a fog lifting from a landscape, revealing the terrain ahead and showing you where to step next. Another key sign is change in your relationships. Some connections that were once vital may fade away, while others deepen unexpectedly. You might find yourself drawn closer to people who uplift your faith and encouraged by new friendships that align with your renewed purpose. Sometimes, Allah removes certain people from your life to make room for better support and guidance. This can feel painful, but it's part of the divine plan to protect and prepare you. You might also notice that prayers you have long held seem to be answered in unexpected ways. Doors that were firmly shut may suddenly open, or solutions might arise from places you never anticipated. This is Allah's mercy manifesting, but it requires you to be attentive and ready to step through when opportunity presents itself. Be aware of those moments when your heart feels a sudden nudge, an inner voice or intuition guiding you to act differently, to make a decision you hadn't planned on, or to let go of something tightly held. These nudges are often the whispers of divine guidance steering you through the unknown. Now, a little humor to keep your spirits light. If your life feels like it's being edited by a new director who's throwing in unexpected plot twists, don't fight the script. This new director has a masterpiece in mind, and the surprise scenes are what make the story unforgettable. Restlessness, or a deep desire for change, can also be signs. You may feel unsettled or impatient, not out of frustration, but because your soul is craving growth and transformation. The spiritual itch is necessary. It pushes you out of old patterns and prepares you to embrace what is coming. In practical terms, these signs might show up as sudden opportunities for growth, unexpected meetings, or shifts in your daily routines. Sometimes, they appear as challenges that test your faith and push you toward patience and resilience. Remember, these are not coincidences, but divine signals meant to wake you up. The key is to remain vigilant. Life's noise can distract you from these subtle changes. So make time for quiet reflection, prayer, and mindfulness. The more you tune in to your inner self and Allah's signs, the clearer these shifts will become. Those who recognize and respond to these signs with faith and action are the ones who will move through this transition with strength and grace. They won't be caught off guard or overwhelmed, but will be like skilled sailors who adjust their sails to catch the wind and navigate safely through the storm. So as August 3rd approaches and beyond, open your eyes, your heart, and your soul to these signs. They are the markers of divine movement, a roadmap for those who are ready to walk in faith and embrace the blessings hidden in the unexpected. As we continue to understand the profound moment beginning on August 3rd, 2025, it's critical to grasp the serious consequences of ignoring this divine warning. Allah's messages are never sent lightly. They are calls for awakening, opportunities for mercy, and invitations to deepen your relationship with Him. To turn away from such a call is to risk missing out on blessings, guidance, and spiritual elevation. Ignoring this warning is like turning your back on a life raft when the storm is rising. You might feel stubborn or afraid, but the reality is that by not paying attention, you place yourself at greater risk of sinking deeper into hardship or spiritual darkness. Allah's chosen ones are reminded to listen carefully because the stakes are high. When the unexpected begins, those who are unaware or unwilling to prepare may find themselves overwhelmed by trials that could have been softened or avoided. Spiritual opportunities might slip by unnoticed, and what could have been a moment of growth becomes a source of regret. Imagine watching a train of blessings pass you by because you failed to board at the right time. There's also the risk of complacency, the dangerous comfort in ignoring the signs because change feels inconvenient or frightening. This complacency dulls the heart and blinds the soul. It's like trying to stay warm by ignoring the approaching winter. Eventually, the cold finds its way in. When spiritual alertness fades, the soul becomes vulnerable to despair, doubt, and distance from Allah's mercy. On the other hand, some might react out of fear or panic. But Allah wants balanced faith. Trust without anxiety. Ignoring the warning is not the way. Neither is succumbing to despair. The correct response is awareness, preparation, and trust. To put this in a relatable light, ignoring this warning is like ignoring your phone alarm when you have an important meeting. You may tell yourself you can make it on time without the reminder, but often, the alarm is there for a reason. This warning is a divine alarm. You don't want to be late for what Allah has prepared. Furthermore, regret is a heavy burden on the heart. Those who look back after missing the moment may wish they had listened, prepared, or prayed more. Don't let regret be part of your story. The mercy of Allah is vast, but it requires us to open our hearts and act when called. Remember, this warning is an act of mercy in itself. Allah is giving you advance notice, so you can prepare, seek forgiveness, and strengthen your faith. Turning a deaf ear is not just ignoring a message. It's turning away from a blessing that could transform your entire life. However, for those who heed the warning, the rewards are immense. Spiritual doors will open, the heart will find peace, and the journey forward will be illuminated by divine guidance. The difference between those who ignore and those who embrace this moment is like night and day. So what's the takeaway? Don't let pride, fear, or distraction stop you from listening. Open your heart, pay attention, prepare yourself to receive what Allah is sending. This is a critical moment, a turning point, and your response will shape the course of your spiritual life. In closing this step, let me remind you, ignoring this is not a safe gamble. This isn't just another message in your inbox. This is your soul's call to action. Answer it before it's too late. Preparation is more than just a word. It's the bridge between where you are now and where Allah wants you to be. As the significant day of August 3rd, 2025 approaches, preparing your heart, mind, and soul is essential to not only survive this shift, but to thrive in the mercy and blessings Allah has planned for His chosen ones. First, preparation begins with a renewed commitment to prayer. Prayer is the heartbeat of your connection with Allah. It's the direct line to the most merciful and the source of spiritual nourishment. As you prepare for this spiritual shift, increase your sincerity and consistency in prayer. Don't just rush through the motions. Pray with presence, awareness, and heartfelt intention. When you bow your head, imagine your worries, hopes, and fears being carried up in your supplications. Next, embrace repentance and self-purification. This isn't about dwelling on past mistakes, but about clearing the spiritual space for new blessings. Reflect on areas where you may have drifted and seek Allah's forgiveness with genuine remorse. Remember, Allah's mercy is vast and ever ready to accept a sincere heart turning back to Him. Think of it as cleaning your spiritual home, making it ready for a welcomed guest. The new mercy about to arrive. Gratitude is a powerful tool for preparation. Gratitude transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Start counting your blessings daily, even the small ones. Gratitude opens your heart to receive more and attracts divine favor. When you thank Allah for what you have, you prepare yourself to be worthy of what He is about to give. Along with gratitude, cultivate patience and trust. Change can be slow and sometimes uncomfortable. Your soul may feel restless or uncertain, but remember that patience is the key that unlocks the treasure chest of rewards. Trust that Allah's timing is perfect, even when it feels delayed or confusing. This trust doesn't mean passivity, but an active surrender to divine will. Another important part of preparation is self-reflection and humility. Take time to evaluate your intentions, your actions, and your relationships. Are you seeking Allah's pleasure in all you do? Are you ready to let go of pride, anger, or grudges? Humility softens the heart and opens it to receive guidance and mercy. As we reach the final moment of this message, let us pause and reflect deeply on what has been shared. The approaching day of August 3rd, 2025, is not merely a date on a calendar. It is a divine milestone, a moment set by Allah to begin a new chapter for His chosen ones. Those who have remained patient, faithful, and sincere in their hearts despite life's challenges. You've learned about the importance of recognizing this moment, the signs that signal its arrival, and the grave danger of ignoring this precious warning. You now understand how to prepare your heart, mind, and soul to receive the mercy and transformation Allah is about to pour out. But the journey does not end here. It begins anew, with hope, trust, and readiness. In this final step, we acknowledge that life's shifts can be frightening and confusing, but they are also full of promise. Allah's mercy is vast, and His plans are always perfect. The unexpected that awaits you is not a punishment but a profound blessing, a spiritual elevation carefully crafted to bring you closer to your Creator. To embrace this mercy fully, you must open your heart without fear, without hesitation. Let go of past regrets, worries about the future, and the burdens you carry. Stand firm in faith and trust that Allah is guiding every step of your journey. Now, I invite you to join me in a sincere prayer. A prayer that I pray will wrap around your heart like a warm cloak, that will illuminate your path and strengthen your soul as you prepare for this sacred moment. O most merciful, O most compassionate, you are the knower of all that is hidden and revealed. We come before you humbled and hopeful, seeking your guidance and mercy. On the brink of this great moment, we ask you to prepare our hearts for the blessings you will bestow. Grant us patience when trials come, strength when we feel weak, and clarity when we are confused. Help us to trust your divine wisdom, even when the path is unclear. Fill our souls with peace that surpasses all understanding. O Allah, protect us from turning away in fear or neglect. Open our eyes to your signs, our ears to your call, and our hearts to your love. Make us among those who recognize your mercy and embrace your guidance wholeheartedly. Forgive our shortcomings, increase our faith, and strengthen our commitment to you. Allow us to be instruments of your peace and mercy in this world, sharing the light we receive with those around us. O Lord of the worlds, make this upcoming chapter one of growth, forgiveness, and divine favor. Guide us through every challenge and lead us to the gardens of eternal bliss. Amin. Remember, chosen one, this moment is your opportunity to rise, to transform, and to renew your connection with Allah. Don't let it pass unnoticed. The unexpected is beginning, and with it, a new dawn of mercy and blessings. Thank you for listening and being part of this sacred journey. May peace and blessings be upon you always.